record it when Navi starts talking, but I'll start from now. So yeah, we'll basically have, this is a cloud seminar, but we'll also have, I'll also record this session so we can, so you can re-listen to the session at your own time. And then, again, we'll have industry certification prep, kind of like we always do, but we have a little bit more money to pay for it now. So if you look at the website, here's some of the certs that you can get if you complete these classes. And we have the list of some of the key courses right here. Okay. So you can see we have, if you want to take the AWS Cloud Architecting class, okay, that's CIT 288. That course is actually being taught by an AWS TAM, just like Navia. His name's Matt Wedlow. He actually went to CSN. He's a CSN alumni, which is great. So he started working for AWS, I think, a year or two ago. Here's the kind of the equivalent, Azure administration. This is kind of Microsoft's version of, similar to the Cloud Architect Associate exam. And then we have some of our, and then we have our cloud computing fundamentals. So this course, I actually teach this. A couple of you in here, maybe I told you about this session, so maybe you're actually in my online class. I think a couple of you are, or I've had you as students before. So this one we do Cloud Practitioner and Azure Fundamentals. And so it's a lot of fun. AWS actually has a lot of good learning material that's free. And that's what's really nice about the program is almost everything they're giving to us, we're getting for free. So it doesn't cost the students any money. And like right now they have a new Cloud Quest. Okay, which is you can play that for free for Cloud Practitioner. We do have to pay for the other Cloud Quest, but right now I have my Intro to Cloud, the CIT 126 class, test driving our Cloud Quest game, which basically it's like I'd say it's like a Sims game kind of, and it's a role-playing game, and you go through and go on different quests to solve like real-world cloud problems and solutions, and you can shoot down drones and answer quiz questions. So it's a good way to, it's kind of a fun way to learn about cloud concepts. All right. So we did get actually some funding from the National Science Foundation. They thought this would be a good program. So we actually got some funding from them, and that's for course development. Then also for, and if you all are interested, I could put this out later. At the end of this semester in June, we will be having our first cloud computing boot camp. So if you've taken CIT 126 already, then you probably don't need to do the first part of the boot camp. That will be June 19th to the 23rd. So it's a week-long boot camp. You wouldn't need to do the first part. If you've already basically have AWS Cloud Foundations under your belt, you don't have to do the entire boot camp, but you could go to what's called a Jam event that AWS hosts. And I know, Navia, you've been involved in those before, right? So we're going to do our first Jam event here at CSN on June 23rd. So if you have not taken CIT 126, or if you've not gone through the Cloud Foundations or AWS Cloud Practitioner, I will send out an invite for you all to sign up for the boot camp. Basically, we'll do a boot camp Monday through Thursday. We will cram Cloud Foundations in and teach you the Cloud Foundations as much as possible. And then on Friday, that will prepare you for the Jam event. So that's when professionals like Navia will come out and actually run through real world scenarios. So, Navia actually, that takes about 3 hours or so, I think, that event. Yeah, and there's real scenarios that AWS has found with their clients that they kind of create and run students through those scenarios, and maybe like teams of 2 or 3 students or something like that. I believe that's kind of how the event will run. So we're pretty excited about that. So if any of you are interested, you can always email me if you're interested or have any questions. I have this cloud computing website. Here's all the people that are involved. Here's all the professors that are involved in cloud computing. But what I will do is put my email address in chat right now. Okay. And so you can actually reach out to me. But if you are currently in our CIT programs, I will be sending out I'll send out an invite for June. So if, yeah, like I said, it's a week long, and you can sign up. And somebody just asked, can students who are not enrolled in the actual cloud systems administration program apply for a CSN voucher for exams? Yeah, so yeah, if you're a CSN student, so if you're a CIT, Computing and Information Technology student, then yeah, we do have other funding to pay for certifications. And maybe you're not a cloud major, but you want to get the cloud practitioner or solutions architect or something like that. Yeah, there's definitely a possibility that we can help you out with that, Sandra. So yeah, just reach out for sure. Okay, so this is pretty much the program we are working on, and it's actually already out there. So actually the final class I wanted to mention is we're going to do this cloud capstone class. So those of you, if some of you on the call are in the cloud program, if you're not, if you're not in the program yet, basically the final class that you take, which the first time we're going to offer this class, is the multi-cloud administration capstone course. So this is the course where you're kind of bring together all of your skills that you've learned from Azure and AWS, and you'll build a real world cloud solution. And we will actually bring in some industry professionals to take a look. All right, so it should be a good way for you to kind of get out there and show off your project to actual pros. Okay. Does anybody have any questions before I pass it off to Navia? Okay. All
Karen,
right.
there was a question about the cloud system, the voucher in the chat. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I think I answered it, actually. I think I did. That they can. If they're CIT students, then yes, like we have a way that we can help them out with that. There's some stipulations, but yeah, we can help. So let me, Navia, I have your PowerPoint, so let me open that up. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm gonna kind of go this way. So I'll let you, I will be quiet now and I'll let you go, and I'll just advance it. So I have two screens here, so I know it's a little bit. I'm just gonna have to leave it at this set right here. Okay. Oops. Nope. Let me share. Sorry. Okay. All right. Go right ahead, Navia.
All right. Thank you so much, Karen. And hello, everyone. Super excited to be here. This is one of my favorite things to do, that is spread the word and encourage more younger students and also those who are struggling in their career to pivot and not find a direction, show them the direction or give them the hacks that I wish somebody had taught me. I'm Navia. I am a technical account manager at AWS, and my preferred pronouns are she, her, hers. And I have been with AWS for about 2 years, I would say. It's close to 1.5 years, but about 2 years. And I love the cloud journey so much. Next slide. A little bit about myself. I'm an immigrant. I immigrated here to get my master's in electronics and electrical engineering, and I graduated from UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City. And on my free times, I love to dance and do other things like public speaking. These are what I have passion in. And besides that, I'm a DEI advocate. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I'm a huge supporter, an ally, and an advocate to encourage everyone to have equal opportunities. I started my journey in banking industry, and slowly I moved into a plateau where my knowledge was just capping, my experience was just capping. And it was almost 4 years into my career, I was like, okay, I need something which will quench my thirst to keep learning and let me grow. And also at the same time, let me experiment with different fields. And the answer is nothing but the cloud. You are really in a very good area right now, I would say, where you can get these courses and get the certifications and everything like Karen shared about all these programs to get certified even before you graduate. So you're getting a leg up against the whole world who's just trying to figure it out or get started. And I would say how it would help you and what are the factors that would help you in building your portfolio or giving you that confidence when you start with not knowing anything about the cloud. When you start at just your programs about computers and then you're given a course, you would always question, will this be enough for me to compete in the real life, like day-to-day scenarios? The answer is no. We all will say we have to have the knowledge. But again, you learn when you're doing the job, you learn it on the fly, and you're majorly credited with these certifications because it's mostly to boost your confidence, to give you a little bit taste of what it's going to look like or what it's going to build your acumen, like business acumen, like your cloud acumen, and all these terminologies, so that when somebody is talking to you or questioning you about these, you have the confidence to answer, to understand, and also help them. As you all know, AWS is a space where we majorly focus on one of our leadership principles about customer obsession. But at the same time, we also encourage all of our employees, all our customers, at the same time, everyone across, towards another leadership principle that is called learn and be curious. Next slide, please. Thank you. So what does learn and be curious mean? Like, you continue to learn each and every single day. Let it be as a student, let it be on the job, let it be even to upskill yourself. And we want you to stay curious. Cloud is going to be that area where you can continue to learn every single day. Just like today we are learning about AI or ChatGPT, new things, new technologies are coming up. It's tough to keep up. But once you're in it already, it's easy for you to move from one to another and learn about various services, how these work. We talked about cloud computing a lot, but for us to imagine or understand, a quick review would be like, you're in your house and you go to an office and work. Where is the data being stored? The data is being stored into a data room where we have a lot of AC put in to let it cool down, a lot of other high performing computers. And then we are not given access to that data area. It mostly looks like racks of black colored storage items. And then you're doing everything physically, like you have a computer, then you have multiple machines that are running everything and storing that data. In the cloud world, you will not see anything. It's as easy or as simple as you're going into maybe Visio or just drawing a flowchart like that. You'll be entering some information, but on the back end, you're running actually a computer. It is basically virtual. All you would see is like just a piece of username, kind of a unique ID. Everything is being stored on cloud. You can see how your storage is being done. Example, on your iPhone or your Android phone, you go into either Google Cloud or you go into iCloud and you store all this data. Whenever you want, you can have access to it. You have backup to it. And you, if you want to store it only in the cloud, you can delete from your phone and even keep it there. Similarly, cloud computing is like just creating that virtual space where you can do anything and everything that you're doing in real life. It will save a lot of capital expenditure, like buying computers and all. But how are we able to do it? We can question, like, okay, it's easier said than done. The concept seems to be like this, which is what your skills come in by learning through your architecting class. How are we going to design these solutions? How do we understand what is happening in cloud, or what exactly cloud means when it comes to a company, when it comes to an individual who wants to start an application, or even for you to play games. Most of the companies, including Netflix, they all store their data. They all run on our service. So if and when you're ready to learn that, I would say if and when, because you have the resources right in front of you, take advantage of it, learn. It's a very fun, interesting concept. If anything, you will learn and you'd be interested in it to learn more, and you might get your certifications and start working for one of the cloud providers. If not, you would at least earn that business acumen that you're able to communicate. Nowadays, 10 companies are there. 9 out of those 10 companies are working only on cloud. And you want to be in that competition. It's inevitable that you can't run away from cloud because of so many cloud producers right now coming in, and they are providing every service to us. And to start with that, I would say as a student, which I didn't get it, but I learned it a little later in my career, which you're getting right now through Karen's amazing program, all these cloud computing courses, the CompTIA certifications, or architecting classes that are going to support you. Next slide, please. I have put all of the simplest ones that will help you, which are easily accessible for you. We have AWS Academy, Karen already shared about it. We had Cloud Clubs, we have LinkedIn Learning, we have A Cloud Guru, we have Udemy, YouTube. All these are free resources which are available, or the resources where you as a student can sign up and get free access, at least for 1 or 2 weeks when you want to test the waters. At the same time, if you are interested in further expanding, you can get your certifications. We have lots and lots of knowledge that we want to give it to the world for free. So take advantage of it. Do not hesitate. You have your courses, you have your teachers. So take advantage of it. If not, just stay on LinkedIn. I keep posting a lot of educational or informational pieces about one service. If you have questions, the easiest hack is go onto YouTube, use it. I used to do it whenever I used to sit with my coffee and I was preparing for these certifications. I used to be like, okay, this is the concept I don't understand. I don't have a teacher. I was not lucky enough to have like a course which will help me build that skill set and get trained or get certified. I used to go to YouTube, as just open reinvent videos, and I used to start listening and understanding the concept. You have your teachers now. Now you have extra resources, which is free of cost, easy accessible from anywhere across the globe, only if you have internet connection, right? And a smart mobile or a smart device. The next one is about getting certified. Why is it important? A lot of students and a lot of individuals who are trying to pivot always ask, hey, is it important to get certifications? Why is it important? Or do I need to have a certification to get a job? The answer is yes and no. You do not need a certification in order to land a job, but you need that knowledge because it will boost your confidence. Certification is nothing but a validation, just like a college degree. We may not apply all these theorems, integrations, unless we are in the math field, but that also builds up like real knowledge. And also it gives us the credibility that I am good at this. I know what I'm talking about, or I know what I'm getting into. And it also will give you that confidence to perform once you're in the job. If you don't have it, there are a lot of individuals who do not have the certification, but have real life hands-on experience and still do easily well. And another important part would be soft skills or building about knowing how to talk with the customers, especially with the cloud. Majorly, you'll be interacting, in my role, I will be interacting with customers on a day-to-day basis, how to talk to them, how to understand their solutions. And a lot of the times it just, my answer would be like, hey, let me know about it. Let me do some research and get back to you. You don't need to know everything or anything. At times you can take time and research. So don't be intimidated by the vast amount of knowledge that cloud is offering you. Take baby steps, I would say. And the best certification that you can get started with is not even a cloud practitioner, but the AWS Solutions Architect. So it's one of the most popular certifications. And every year, at least from 2014 to 2016, and then 2020, when we noticed each and every year, 85% growth we have seen in individuals gaining these certifications. Why? Because this is one of the most on-demand technology and one of the most on-demand skills right now. That is cloud skills. Let it be Microsoft Azure, let it be Google Cloud or AWS, or even like Oracle, any of the clouds you prepare to, the concept is always going to be the same. It is just the terminology changes. Someone may call it potato, someone may call it potato because of that. As simple as it is, but at the same time, you want to get that hands-on. And school is the right space and right place for you to gain those skill sets, because you can ask any number of questions. You can go any number of times back and forth. You can learn all these tips. At the same time, one more hack I would say is get onto LinkedIn. If you are not on LinkedIn, start building your profile. All you need to do is just create yours, follow people, repost stuff, learn about what people are reposting, learn about these things, get curious and stay curious like that. And this will help you. It will become a habit. Down the lane, it's going to help you a lot, because in real life, everybody is like, why are we doing this? We want to get a good job. We want to get a high paying job, or we want to get this knowledge. We want to stay on top of things. Everything is through networking. And LinkedIn is the right spot where you can network, and you can look around yourself in the classes, or you can go to anybody and they would be sharing all this information to real life. But once you're out of it, how do you stay on top of what is going on across? You need to be on networking, just like Instagram. I love Instagram too, but LinkedIn is what your Instagram would be for your job profile and how to get upskill. We also have further resources like AWS Academy, which is free. Earlier, somebody asked a question about, hey, what about AIMO? AWS right now is offering free AI/ML certifications and free AI/ML scholarship for students exclusively. If you're interested in that, what I would recommend is I will be sharing those links with Karen, and I'll also be posting. You need to do some of the basic necessities, like, or the basic ones, getting certified. If not, like, at least playing around with AI/ML, doing some basic courses in that. And then after that, once you earn a certain point, then you might be picked up one of the 2,000 scholarships that we are giving away. Each scholarship is around 4,000 US dollars, if that is your interest. If not, we have AWS Academy, free resources. Again, take advantage of it. One more thing I would say is, which we didn't cover yet, is about, I posted there, cloud clubs. So for students across the globe, we started something called cloud clubs, where you can start your own chapter, just like your sorority or fraternity, or just like your science club, maybe. If you're interested, start it. Get interested in that. Stay on top of things. Teach your peers, teach your friends about it, and start your own game, maybe, or play around with AWS or play around with this. And once you start exploring more and more, you would gain that knowledge. And also, you can make it fun, you can make it a challenge, and there are rewards, there are scholarships, there are certifications, the certification credits too. Karen and everybody at the administration is also trying really hard, and they're helping you with these resources, giving you certification coupons, or trying to give you that credits for attaining these certifications. I would say definitely get on it, take advantage of each and every single thing that you're being offered. This is like a golden period where you can experiment and explore all these while you're still in school, and also turn it into something really important by putting this onto your resume. Once you clear the certifications, update your LinkedIn profiles, update your resumes, talk to people, and you would see, once you do it, it's like magic. The second I updated it, within weeks, I was getting job offers too. It's not just about job offers, I know, it's also about knowledge. But once I started learning, I liked it. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I want to know more. I want to know more. And I never had any prior cloud knowledge. I never did any computer science engineering besides the basic subject of maybe doing like cloud, like computer networks one. That's it. But once I started and I self-learned, I knew that what it takes is all that resources and trying to sit with it and understand it. Especially when you do not have any knowledge and you have all the time, I would say that is the best place. A blank slate would be really easy for you to understand and play around. You get even a free tier account. So if you want to test some resources, you can do it. So take advantage of it. I know I spoke a little bit more about everything, but I would leave the floor open for further questions. Meanwhile, I'll share some links about the scholarships I talked about in AI/ML, and also some certification coupons, how to get them. Alrighty.
Well, thank you, Navia. That's a lot of great information. And thanks for mentioning the cloud club. So for actually I'll just leave it there for now. But I'll pull that up here really quick. The link that Navia shared. Whoops, will it open up already? Jeez. Okay. Yeah, so this is something pretty new. So especially for students that are in, oh, there we go. Thanks, Navia. She's posting some really good links. So this is a great way. A lot of employers like to see that you are on your own time outside of class gaining skills. And there's so much stuff now. It's kind of like blows my mind how much free, like Navia said, free material is out there. So I think this could be a really nice thing. I think we can start as part of the Cloud Systems Administration, but this is a student-led club. So if there's groups of students that want to get together and on campus or online, you can let me know. I'd be happy to support your efforts if you want to start a cloud club. And oh, Trevor, you got AWS practitioner through Western Governors. Cool. Yeah, they have an IT program. So yeah, I mean, there's, we offer that. It's being offered in a lot of places because it's very very popular. So I think, like Navia said, ultimately, I think the solutions architect associate will be the most valuable, but getting started with the practitioner is good to get ready. It kind of builds you up for, to get you ready and get you used to the testing process for sure for the solutions architect. So of course we offer that class, as I mentioned before. Yeah, so and just so I don't forget to put, does anybody else have any questions for Navia, maybe about her job? A day in the life of a technical account manager? Anyone have questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Great, go ahead.
Like I have the certification for AWS solution architect, but
Mhm.
it's a little bit hard to get a job. Like how does like the job market is like the way we have to search like to get hired?
Okay, if I'm understanding the question right, you want to know what kind of jobs would be accessible to you with your Solutions Architect Associate certification and how to apply to them, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so firstly, congratulations on attaining this certification. It's one of the most on-demand certifications, and it's not easy one, so you nailed it. I would say the first step you would want to do is like if you're on LinkedIn, put on open to work and start updating which locations you want to. The type of roles you would want to look at would be technical account managers. It would be solutions architect. It would be cloud support engineers. These are the top three I would start looking at. I would give you a quick difference between what it looks like. Cloud support engineers. Cloud support engineers are basically when companies or anybody is running into an issue and they are stuck with it, immediately they would be opening a case, right? Similar to how we reach out to customer care, this will be a technical support case. So you would be assisting them with the technical expertise and fixing the problems based on a case, which you're beginning. The second one, which is technical account manager, is what I do. Here, you're a dedicated contact and a designated contact to the customer or the account where you'll be helping them with everyday challenges. The challenges could be as simple as, hey, I have an application which is on premises. I want to move it to cloud. Can you tell me which services work best for me? So you're helping them bring those solutions and you're helping them build that solutions also on a day-to-day basis, and you work with them only with them. Then the solutions architect piece, which is a little bit more general, here you might be able to like either be tied to one person, the company or that team or that customer where you're giving them the solutions, or you will be broadly available where you'll be asking others those questions and everybody would come to you for architecting advices. Like example, my application is right now in United States, but I want this application or this game to be accessed by anyone across the globe. How do I make it available? As in, we don't want any lags. Example, we were watching Super Bowl. We didn't want people were watching from everywhere. We watch FIFA, we watch it from everywhere. We don't want to have a lag right when we're watching. So what happens in the background? How do we build those solutions? That is what a solutions architect do. So basically, they're architecting solutions. A technical account manager, managing the accounts technically, as simple as the wording says. That is it. But these are the top three I would say get started in order to use your certifications. At the same time, other jobs that would open anywhere would be cloud architect, cloud administrators, or as Karen is sharing, some of the IT administrators, system administrators, because all these skills are intertied where you can get access into these entry-level jobs or experienced jobs too. All you need is the business acumen, cloud acumen, at the same time, some technical acumen. One, to clear the certification or the interview process. Two, in order to also understand what are the goings. And the easiest way I would say is anytime you see someone on LinkedIn about a role, if you know them, reach out to them and ask, hey, can you give me a quick glance or can you give me a snippet of what is the day in life of XYZ role which you're doing? If that is something you like, if that is something you want to explore and it resonates, go for it.
Thank you.
We have a couple more. I think Eric is asking, are you based in Washington State or do you work remotely? How's that experience in freedom like? What's that experience in freedom like?
As you see, I'm working from home, if that was not evident. I was hired during the pandemic, so I was hired remotely, and my company, my team have been very supportive with the concept of work from anywhere. So I work from home. I'm based on the East Coast, Philadelphia. No, I'm not in Washington, Seattle. I do not have to, but anytime my customer needs me, I get to travel and meet with them. So that is the only amount of travel I have. But most of our customers have also been in remote model, so we just work virtually. And about the freedom, yes, I enjoy the freedom, although I do miss the day-to-day interaction with my peers once in a while, but we do have some internal activities that do bring us together. So I do balance it out like that.
And I think the next question, are most AWS positions through AWS itself or through the companies that use AWS?
Mostly anybody who uses AWS. So if you want to work with an AWS, you can, but at the same time, all these companies are using AWS resources. If you go on and any portal, any job portal, any career page you open, they would require you like must know AWS or must have an AWS certification or something. So the world is your oyster, I would say. Like so many opportunities anywhere across the globe you can experience, and any company would be wanting to. Most of the companies do want that.
Yeah, you definitely see a lot of sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming looking at jobs because they put a laundry list of skills that they want. But my advice to people is to not get hung up on every little skill set that they have. Just, apply if you've got, even 50%, it doesn't hurt to apply. You'll get experience interviewing, and sometimes you'd be surprised what they put a lot of nice to have. I think a lot of employers do. It looks like it's required, but it's nice to have. And then, depending on the years of experience that they want, but they've got, a lot of these Azure, AWS, Hyper-V, Microsoft as well. So, okay, then there's one more question from Sandra. Oh, actually, there's more than one question. Thanks for sharing all the great information, Navya. Also, if we were to do the cloud practitioner, cloud support engineer, and cloud architect certification, what other skills do we need to set ourselves aside from other applicants?
I wouldn't say any other different set that will set you apart more than how your interview goes. That is mostly study your company that you're applying to and study what kind of tenets they have, what kind of goals they have, what kind of belief system, or like at AWS, at least we look at the culture of the company and we want to see if you're a culture fit within the company beyond the certification, beyond the knowledge, beyond all these grades or anything you get. That is, we follow leadership principles. Similarly, a lot of companies have this, like Google has, are you a Googler? Like, do you have that X factor in you? So study your company and prepare for and know more about the company and prepare more. And if you want to know more how the interviews goes, Glassdoor is an amazing resource. It helped me land this job. And you can go there and see sample interviews, and you can see the types of questions they pose. You can also see the types of answers, because so many people post the answers. If not, you can find it. That is an excellent resource in order to know what kind of expectations are there from a particular company. Let it be culturally, when they ask you behavioral questions or technical questions, what kind of technical expertise they are looking for. And as Karen said, I would say definitely do not withhold yourself if you don't meet everything. As a woman also, there is a stat like we tend to read each and every single thing, and we do not apply for a job until and unless we meet everything. Know that more than, if you meet even 30 to 50%, that is exactly good. Apply it. You never know. Even if you apply and you don't get the job, you get the experience of interviewing, and that is a good practice as well, so that you can get better and better. Don't be disheartened if one company's thing didn't work out. Apply to any and every company that you want to, and get into the habit of interviewing actively.
Great advice. Thanks. Oh, Sandra just says, thank you. Very helpful. And I think Christian, I think we have time because for a couple more questions. Christian is asking, he says, thank you, Navya. He's working towards becoming a front-end engineer. How relevant are those programming skills to a career in cloud services?
I would say there are two types of engineering roles too. Like every company functions differently, and a few of the companies require you to be constantly on the app support. Though you're a front-end engineer, that doesn't mean you're actively coding. At times, they would be like supporting the applications and you're not building the app. while some other companies define front-end engineering where you definitely need actively coding, actively building. You'll not be doing it by yourself. You'll have a team of engineers working with you. But cloud skills is just the acumen in that point, and your coding skills would be what will majorly differentiate and which kind of role you want to go. If you're more of a builder and you want to be involved in that, go for software development within cloud itself. Like we have AWS resources where engineers are building these services by coding. There are also operations side of engineers who are just supporting the applications whenever they go down, making sure they're not going down, or finding those quick fixes like testing and everything too. So there are both ways. I hope that answers.
Sounds really good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Does anyone else have a question for Navia? And I think she's gonna be sending some more links. We got some thank yous from Christian. Thanks, Christian. Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you.
And I did just pin a survey. So if before you guys jump off at some point, I just want to let you know a little tiny bit early. Don't forget, please complete my short survey. Okay, that I have in chat. Yeah. So any other questions, anything at all?
One more question, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Like most companies require like over 5 years experience in AWS. So how is like as a beginning, as a student, how we can get that job opportunity? Like is the project we do on school will be counted as some experience, or so yeah.
So I wouldn't say that that counts as an experience. At the same time, I wouldn't say that it is disregarded as an experience. Your projects and everything that you gain knowledge, that is definitely going onto your resume, that will stay, that will give the person who's reviewing your resume an idea of what kind of projects you worked on, what kind of interest you show, but it wouldn't credit you for somebody with a 5-year experience, of course. While there are 5-year experience roles open, do not go for them, of course, but look for open entry level resources or open entry level options too. There are definitely a lot of entry level job roles, I would say, where they say 0 to 3 years experience. So somebody who has 3 years experience is also applying for the same role. Don't take it as a competition, but see how the industry standards are set. They just say 0 to 3 is called entry levels, which means you are still able to apply. So when you're going through this prerequisites or the requirements or whatever the job posting tells you, look for entry level roles and look for anything that starts with associate technical account manager. That also gives you leg up into how to read that particular role. And it can also be at times simple like technical account manager too. But if the description says 0 to 2, 0 to 4, anything starting from 0 experience, that is what the students are going to get. And also most companies want grad students or tech students right when they're graduating, right? Not grad as in like master's grad, but when students are graduating itself, they want to get into that. So follow those companies, look into it, randomly do a Google search saying which companies are doing an internship, which companies are offering internship roles, which companies are offering grad open roles. So right from the graduation, how do you can get it? And that will help you a lot.
Thanks.
Mhm.
All right. Oh, sorry, my contact lenses are getting me here. Sorry to blink so much. Must be screen stuff. All right. Did anybody have any other questions? Okay. Just one thing before I pass everything over to David is I'm not 100% sure, Navi, if you'll be involved in our particular jam event in June, because I know you are East Coast. But we definitely are going to be doing the boot camp. So if you're a CIT student, if you have a couple of classes under your belt and you've got some background technology, like maybe you've taken CIT 112 networking, either at CSN or at another school, if you've taken some of the introductory computing classes, you can definitely sign up for the boot camp. So if you're interested in the cloud boot camp, which again, it'll be June 19th through the 23rd. Myself and other faculty will be hosting it. And again, the JAM event will be on Friday. So if you've already got your cloud practitioner, then you don't need to do the Monday through Thursday. Like I think somebody, maybe Sandra, I don't know if it was Sandra or someone mentioned they had, they took cloud, they already studied for cloud practitioner on their own. That's great. You can actually just come to the JAM event on Friday, and AWS TAMs like Navia will be involved, and I'm told they're going to bring another local employer, but I'm going to try to get some more employers there too. And Trevor, yeah, I would love to provide, I don't have the bootcamp link quite up and running yet, but I'm going to put it out on the CIT Information Technology Students Newsflash page on Canvas, if you guys are familiar with it, or you can email me and let me know, or you can even put it in the survey if you want to put in the survey that you're interested in the boot camp. I pinned the survey link for this session up at the top. Hopefully y'all can see it. So if you want to put in there that you're interested, or in the next month, I'll be putting out in the next couple of weeks, actually, I'll be putting out the link for the boot camp. But I just wanted to throw it out there, but you can definitely email me. And we can get signed up. Sorry, I don't quite have the flyer for that yet. I wish I would have had that done by this by this session. I promise it's going to happen. Okay. All right. Well, a couple people. I think Sandra had some questions about the degree, and that's something that me and David can cover. So, if I just want to thank you, Navia, so much for taking your time out. And I know you're so busy. That's awesome. I love your dance pictures, and that's pretty great. So thanks so much for joining us and imparting all your wisdom. And I really appreciate it. It's kind of late where she's at. She's on the East Coast, so I'm gonna let you go. But yeah, it looks like we got a lot of thank yous from students. We appreciate it. So I think David and me will take over. And thanks, Navia. Appreciate it.
Yes, anytime. Thank you so much, Karen. I'm going to send you those resources, and lovely meeting you all. Thank you for this opportunity. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll share more there. So anytime you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Okay, thank you, Navia, and I'll share that with you all. All right, thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll definitely put anything she sends. I'll post it here, and I can post it in this chat from this meeting, so you can come back to it. I'll also post it on our CIT students. I can email it out to all of you as well. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to pass it over to David. David's from CSN Recruiting.
And I'm going to interrupt real quick.
Oh, sorry.
This is Larry.
Okay,
if
Larry.
you're in my 174 class, we're going to start up in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Larry. Okay. All right.
So basically this part of the program, there are current students obviously at CSN in this presentation, but there's also prospective students. So any of the current students, kind of unless you want to hear kind of the enrollment process again, thank you for coming out. But this is, unless you have questions, this is repeating what you already kind of went through. So if y'all need to step out for class, do understand it. Appreciate everybody coming out for the session. So, but I am going to kind of jump into the enrollment process for any student who is looking to enroll at CSN. I did see one question from the start asking about the cost. And the first thing that I'll say is that if you've only attended high school, that when you take classes, you went for a year, you got a half a credit each semester, 1 credit for the year. In college, it's based on credit hours, which is how many hours in a week roughly you're going to be in class. So most classes are 3 credit hours. An associate degree is 60 credits. 1 class is going to cost you about 400, but that'll start giving you an idea of what it will cost. But I'm going to jump in and go through the enrollment process. If y'all have any questions, please let me know. So The College of Southern Nevada, basically just talking about some of the resources that we have here at CSN, including a career service center that can help you with finding a job once you graduate, but also while you're in school. They have a program called TAPS. And for some of the current students that may never realize this, there is a program called TAPS, Textbook Assistance Program, that you go to career service at the, before the beginning of the semester. You fill out a form, and if they have the book, they let you use it for free for the semester. All you have to do is return it. We have a Center for Academic Success, which is tutoring. There's free tutoring here at CSN. Disability Resource Center works with students that have IUPs, physical disabilities. We have students that are blind. We have students that are in wheelchairs, but any other student that, let's say you sprain your wrist and it's the wrist you write with, they can see about getting a note taker to go to class so you don't fall behind. Counseling and Psychological Services, CAPS. Everybody goes through major life events: birth, death, divorce, breakup, COVID. You need somebody to talk to. You can talk to a licensed counselor at no cost. TRIO Student Support Services is designed for first-generation college students, for them to be successful. Veterans Education and Transitional Services for students or dependents of veterans. And basically, that's where you're going to go if you're getting vet benefits. I talked a little bit about the cost to attend and credits. Basically, most classes are 3 credit hours. The cost per credit is $132, so it's about $400 a class. There is an application fee and a new student fee, but both of those are not paid until you actually enroll at CSN. So if you apply and decide you want to attend somewhere else, or you don't decide to enroll, you don't have to pay those fees. There's no place to actually pay it when you apply. That $1,587 is the cost for a full-time student a semester. You're looking at about $600 a semester in books and supplies. You use things like TAPS, our career service. You can significantly reduce that. It costs $0 to park on campus. So if you drive, you do not need a parking permit, and there's free parking. You can go through the bookstore and get an RTC pass for a reduced rate. It's $104 a semester. Usually it's close to $300. And recently, the student government has been getting RTC passes at the beginning of the semester. I think it was like 400, that students can go to student government and get a free pass for the semester. This deals with financial aid. So for anybody that is looking to enroll, this is the number for the school code for the FAFSA. You want to make sure when you fill out the FAFSA, you go to the correct website, which is www.studentaid.gov. You can apply for financial aid for the summer, for the fall. It is not too late. There was a priority deadline, but you can still apply. To continue to maintain financial aid, you must have at least a 2.0 cumulative GPA and pass 2/3 of your classes. If you fall under the category of DACA or undocumented, we do have assistance available as well as our alternative needs scholarship. Types of aid. When you fill out the FAFSA, it calculates the estimated family contribution, based on that, the school will generate an award letter, and it'll be made up of 4 types of aid: grants and scholarships, work study, and loans. Grants and scholarships are the best to, basically, you do not have to pay those back. Work study is an on-campus job. You get paid after you work the hours. And then student loans, if you can avoid loans, you will want to avoid loans. You can also pay out of pocket, and you can pay in one lump sum, or you can do payment plans as well. We are going to have some financial aid workshops in the spring. They have actually all passed. I have not gotten the due dates. But this information on the left is the information you're going to need, including your social security number. If you don't remember the number, definitely bring the card, because you do not want to put the wrong number down. It will cost you a lot of hassle. Date of birth, W-2s, tax forms. For the summer, you need the 2020 tax year. For the fall, you're going to need the 2021 tax years because it runs 2 years behind. And then the enrollment steps. For anybody looking to apply, you're just going to go to csn.edu. And the top right-hand corner, you're going to see apply. And with that, you're going to take and select the application that is most relevant to you. We have 9 different applications: first-time student, transfer student, returning student. You're going to select the one that is most relevant to you and proceed from there. Once you apply, which will take you about 10-15 minutes, you'll have your acceptance letter in 5 to 10 business days. After that, you will get your account validation email, which will come like 20-30 minutes later. You'll validate your account. You'll be able to set up your student email account. You would then take the math and English placement test. The English is a self-survey that will literally take you 5 to 10 minutes. There are 25-30 questions, and the questions are like, do you speak English? How long have you spoken English? At what age range did you learn to speak English? Do you speak any other languages? The math is a test. There are 30 questions. You actually get 5 attempts. Both tests, the math and English, can be taken online. There's no cost. And like I said, the math you can take up to 5 times. And each time you take it, it will not only tell you what you got wrong, but there is also a learning module to go over the areas you're weak in so you can increase those scores. You'll complete a new student orientation. It'll probably take you 45 minutes to an hour online, or you can do it in person. You're probably looking at about 3 hours. And then you'll meet with an academic advisor, and the academic advisor will go over all of the classes you're going to need for the degree. And they will map it out based on like prerequisites, what class you need to take in what order. And they will also work with you if you decide you want to be part-time or full-time. You just need to tell them, hey, I'm interested in cloud computing. I want to go part-time. I want to go full-time. And they'll lay it out for all the classes you need to take in what order, because you will have prerequisite classes you have to have completed before you move on. The next page is actually the information, the contact information. You can come to any one of the 3 main campuses. You can give us a call at 702-651-7416. You can find us on social media. My email is just my first period last name, David.Shanton@csn.edu. I will slip that into the chat real quick. And please forgive me because I know I look like I'm not paying attention, but I have 2 screens here. And the way my monitor is set up, I have to turn to the side. So it's not like I'm not paying attention. And
That
here
sounds
we go.
familiar for me too.
So that's my email. This is the contact information for the recruitment office. And I will bring over real quick and show you on our homepage, csn.edu. If you come over here to apply, this is where you will select an application, and where I was saying you're picking the one that is most relevant to your situation. If you've attended CSN before, you apply as a returning student. If you're transferring to CSN or your first-time student, all of them actually look the same once you click apply. The difference comes down to what communications are sent to you once you do apply. This is for a first-time student. There will be a copy of the enrollment steps. It is a digital version, so as you're going through every step, it'll take you right to filling out the financial aid. Or under first steps, the information for the placement test or the orientation. And again, it's right here. Just view the enrollment steps right before where you apply. The application will take you 10 to 15 minutes and then 5 to 10 business days to process that. Let's see, that's coming. That's a copy of it. You're going to do create a profile. Back on the home page, once you get your acceptance letter, you're going to validate your account. It's under this login right beside apply. It's running a little slow. It does account validation, and it's just going to be your student ID number, your last name, the last 4 digits of your social security number. If you apply and you don't put in the social security number, it will be 4 nines that you will need to put in there to validate your account. A couple of useful things. Sometimes our website is a little bit of an adventure. Under education and training, you can see the degree sheets for all of the majors. So like right here, under computer and information technology, we have cloud computing. This is an associate of applied science. It is 62 credits eligible for financial aid. And these are all of the classes you're going to need to take. If you click on an individual class, it's going to give you a description of the class or what's going on, what you should learn, if there are prerequisites. As you're grinding down through here, if you see or, it means you have options. Further down, you'll see some ands. If it's and, it means you need to take all of the classes. So like right here, the core requirements is and. These are all the CIT courses that you're going to need to take. So, you know, there's no options here. Whereas up here, you'll see ors and you have choices of which classes that you need to take. You can also find more information under education and training under area of study, and then go under computer and engineering technology. And network systems. And this takes you to computer and information technology. And you'll have all of the different degrees down here as well. Another useful link is under admissions. You're not scrolling down through here, but just right on admissions. This gives you a lot of information on the registration, including being able to look at what classes are available before you even apply, which can be quite useful so that you can see like, oh, I want to start in the summer, but is there classes that I might be interested in? You just set it for the term, you select a subject, it's alphabetical, and you do a search. So hopefully that little bit of information will be able to help y'all along. Does anybody have any questions or concerns for me? Hope I didn't go too fast. Anyone?
Questions? Got one, no, thank you.
Huh?
We got one, no, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone?
Welcome. Anyone else?
Questions
thank
for
you
David?
for coming out.
Yeah, appreciate. I know we went a little bit over, but hopefully you guys were able to learn some from the session. And I think David, thanks. I think even if you're already a student, some of those are really good resources. And I'm sure, I don't know if all of you guys knew about some of those resources, like Trio and Career Services is a big one. I think I put it in chat too. I think a lot of students aren't aware that Career Services, they're actually having their career fair tomorrow. So I think they might even have it on their website, but they're doing a career fair tomorrow. Let me see if I can find the information on that. They should have it. Career, where is it?
When you need
You can
it,
schedule an
definitely.
appointment online, by the way, with them. You can schedule an appointment online with them. So, but yeah, they are having, where's their career fair? She sent something out. I might have to pull it up in my email. But I did want to share that with everybody because that's a pretty good. Actually, maybe I can just post it in chat for you guys. Career fair is tomorrow.
You're welcome you're welcome, Erica.
Here, I'll put it in chat here. I'll just copy the information into chat here really quick. What to do? See, will let me do it? Probably not. I think there's an employer list too. Okay. All right. We'll just put this on my desktop and I'll upload it really quick for everybody. I'll put it in the Teams here. I can. I guess this was easier than I thought. Easier said than done. Yeah, it's actually, I'll share my screen really quick. It's tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the West Charleston Student Union Ballroom. So you don't have to sign up for it, but I'll just share my screen really quick so you can see it. Here it is. And then they have a list of employers coming out too. So here's all the employers, lots of employers. Amazon, not sure if it's AWS, it might be Amazon. Amazon and AWS are almost two different companies, but a lot of these Clark County government, a lot of these companies, they all have IT departments just about. And a lot of them will hire, like Metro Police, I know they hire systems administrators. I talked to them a little while ago. Boyd Gaming, they're actually a good place to start an IT career in as well. I know a lot of people who started with them and are still working for them. So these are definitely take advantage of these career fairs too. Okay. So again, I know we went over, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and let's see. Stop the recording. All right.